I was thinking out loud just a few minutes ago, and I discovered something. Like it came to my realization. And I've not had time to or let me not say I've not had time. This kind of thought has not come to my mind for quite a long while, and I discovered that names really, really does follow people. Names do follow people. Yeah. What that means is every name that you see someone bearing, or even the names that you bear, it may, for the most time, or for most parts, or for most times, it may seem like this is just normal, everything is okay, this is your name, and it doesn't really mean that much, if you get what I mean. But if you begin to pay attention, if you begin to study people, you may just begin to find out that names do have a lot of impact on people. Like, it does follow people. It really does follow people. And it can be very evident, if you get what I mean. Like, many people may notice this, but the person who's bearing the name may not even notice what's going on. Now, why do I say all of this? There was a certain woman, my grandmother from my grandfather was a polygamous man. He married 2 women back in the days when polygamy was quite very common. Yeah, believe it or not, there used to be a time when polygamy was quite very common. Like, if you don't have 2 wives, then you've not started. And the world is changing. Things are becoming more different. People still, some people are still polygamous, while most people probably are not. And whatever anyone is doing, that's okay. I'm not here to discuss what is good or what's not good. I leave that for you. So this grandmother from my grandfather's home, or grandfather's stead, she used to call me. She's late now, God bless her soul. I'm not going to mention her name, but those who really know my family, those who really are close to me, may know the person I'm talking about. So she was from my father's side, basically. So she used to call me the name Omebi Ego. Omebi Ego. Omebi Ego means literally destroyer of money, wasteful spender, somebody who just like any money that comes or drops in their accounts, before you know it, he has evaporated. A very wasteful spender, someone who never saves, is all about destroying the money as it comes. So a lot of times, while I was younger, during my childhood especially, she will always, when she wants to say good things to me, when she wants to make me happy, when she wants to eulogize me, the way people can eulogize people sometimes when they've made you happy or you just want to make them feel good. She will be like, or maybe Ego, or maybe Ego one, or maybe Ego young. And I would laugh, and everybody around would smile, and then we would just see it as normal. But guess what? As from the moment I started earning money, I started being very wasteful. Very, very wasteful. In fact, I remember I still remember very fresh. The memory is very fresh in my mind, because I have a very good memory. I don't forget things very easily. So I still remember the first, I think this was when I was probably 14 or 13. The first money I earned from doing laboring job, I started working very, very young. I've always been that kind of person who believes in working. Yeah. So the very first money I earned, I think it was around 1,500 naira. Obviously, then things were a lot better than they are now. So 1,005 was a good money you can use to do something really meaningful. So after I earned this amount of money, I remember dividing it into two, and 600 or 700 out of it, I just gave it to a certain lady I was crushing on back then. And she was amazed. How can someone, you're young, all of us are young, like, and you're giving me this like 700 naira, like, where did you get this from? Obviously she didn't ask, but her reactions were giving that, if you get what I mean. So, and that was just one instance. And then I remember when I used to spend money on brands during my time, my postgraduate era, when I was still doing my master's. I used to really waste money on brands. Some of you know, some of you already may not know. In terms of what I wear back then, if you go back to my pictures back then when I was in postgraduate level, the suits, everything, I was always, every time money comes to my hand, I'm already thinking about what am I going to do with this. Oh, it's time to just do this. I'm thinking of doing things with it. The idea of saving, the idea of building for the future was hardly ever dropping in my mind. It was all about spend. That is the name following me. But as God may have it, I got to a stage in my life where I was like, wait, I think I'm spending way too much money. Every money that comes in my hand, and just evaporates and to not amount to anything. So I decided, okay, what's going to happen is, this is it. I started being intentional about my money. I started being intentional with how I manage my money and everything. And obviously a lot of things started changing. This was when I now started saving, even investing, even doing a few things which I'm happy about. I'm not quite where I'm aiming to be, but compared to how I used to be with money, I'm proud to say that I've come a long way, and I'm happy with where I am today, and I'm happy with where I'm going tomorrow. But this is just something I want to drop for you to reflect on. I want you to reflect on that. Names do follow people. Names do have impact on people. So be careful what name you call your child. Be careful what nickname, what jovial, whatever you call your friends or anybody. Because the thing is, when you call them those names, it may all seem fun and harmless and benign and no issues and nothing. But over time, I don't know if it's a spirit, I don't know how it works. You will just begin to notice that there is something about that name that follows that person. So I was just coming to work this morning and I was just reflecting that. Why was I a spender? Like, why was I extremely wasteful during my earlier years? And then I remembered what this woman used to call me. So today, that is no longer my name. Nobody calls me that. And if you call me that now, I'm going to take an offense. Yeah, I'm not a spender. I'm a builder, I'm a saver, and I'm an investor. So think again. What names do you have? What names do you have in mind for your child? What names have people called you in terms of maybe you're joking or you're bantering with friends or anything? Don't take it lightly. Be careful what names you associate with yourself or with your children or with anyone around you, because names do follow people. My name is Shivazo, and thank you very much for giving me 10 minutes of your time. I hope you do have a wonderful wonderful, wonderful day. God bless you.